Hello children, welcome to Raya Shikshan Sanstha's Western Region English Medium video series. Today, through this online platform, we are going to be learn for 7th standard in history, 7th lesson, the administration of the Swaraj, video series number 20. The administration of the Swaraj. Introduction. Shivaji Maharaj struggled long against many unjust powers. That is how an independent Hindvi Swaraj was created. Shivaji Maharaj gave various facilities to drought-affected peasants. Shivaji Maharaj raised his own independent navy in order to protect his Swaraj well and to establish his rule over the sea adjoining Swaraj. In the last video, we have seen some points from this same lesson. We had seen about Ashtapradhan Mandal, the policy regarding agriculture, village economy of that period, and now in this video we shall going to be learn some further points from this lesson. First point is there, trade and business. Maharaj knew that a kingdom does not prosper without an increase in trade. Merchants bring novel goods as also certain necessities into a kingdom. Goods become available in plenty. Trade prospers, adding to wealth. The view that Maharaj took of merchants is seen in the Anjana Patra, where merchants are described as follows. Merchants are ornaments of the kingdom and the glory of the king. It was the policy of Maharaj to protect industries. An excellent example of this is the salt industry. He protected the salt industry in Konkan. At that time, traders imported salt from the Portuguese territory and sold in Swaraj. That affected the local trade in Konkan areas. So Maharaj charged heavy duty on the salt imported into Swaraj from the Portuguese territory. The intention was that the salt imported from the Portuguese territory would then cost more, and as a result its import would decrease and the sale of the local salt would increase. Next point, the military organization. There were two main divisions of the army of Shivaji Maharaj, infantry and cavalry. In the infantry, there were officers such as the Havaldar, Jameldar, etc. The chief of the infantry was called Sarnobat. He was highest officer in the infantry. Look these pictures, children. As shown into the pictures, we understood the idea about the infantry and the cavalry army. In the cavalry, there were two types of cavalrymen, namely Shiledars and Bargirs. The Shiledars had his own horse and weapons. Infantry means what, children? The soldiers and the army people who are going to be fight on the land, and cavalry force is there who horse rider and fight on the horse. In the cavalry, there were two types of cavalrymen, namely Shiledars and Bargirs. That period, the Shiledars had his own horse and weapons. The Bargirs was provided with a horse and weapons by the state. In the cavalry, Barghis were more in numbers. The ranks of cavalry officers were similar to those of the infantry officers. The highest officer in the cavalry was the Sarnobat. Netoji Palkar, Prataprao Gujar, Hambirrao Mohite were some of the famous Sarnobas of the cavalry of that period. Intelligence Department. It was necessary to protect the Swaraj from its enemies. For this, it was necessary to get precise and timely information about the movements of the enemy, and it was the job of intelligence department to obtain information about the movements of the enemies and submit it to Maharaj. With these pictures, we have understood, children, how the intelligence department were worked out as per the allotting the jobs to them. The intelligence service of Maharaj was very efficient. Baharji Naik was the head of the intelligence department. He was extremely skilled in his job. He collected accurate and detailed information about Surat before the raid on Surat. Forts. Forts were of great importance in the medieval age. Possession of a fort made it possible to keep an eye on the surrounding area. In case of foreign invasion, it was possible to protect the people taking shelter in the fort. It was possible to stock the fort with food grains, war materials, ammunition, and military garrison. The, the importance of forts in the foundation of Swaraj is well stated in the Anjana Patra. And which words are be noted in the Anjana Patras, children? See, this kingdom was created by the late revered and exalted Majesty forts alone. There were about 300 forts in the Swaraj. And as shown into the pictures, children, these pictures are of the forts Pratapgarh and Raigad. Maharaj spent a considerable amount of money on the building and repairs of these forts. He built hill forts like Pratapgarh, Pavangarh and Rajgarh. There was a Kiledar, a Subnis and a Karkhanis on every fort. The Karkhanis looked after the storage of food grains and maintenance of war material on the fort. In this way, children, today we have seen some important points from this lesson. I hope you all have understood this. We will be met into the next video with some important points from this same lesson. Till then, do revise these all points. Thank you.